All right, everyone, getting close to the end of the year, huh? Got that New Year's Eve energy buzzing already.
Definitely. Time for fresh starts, new beginnings.
And for a lot of folks out there, this new beginning's extra special. You're kicking off 2025 as newlyweds.
Such an exciting time.
Absolutely. And since resolutions are pretty much a New Year's tradition, we thought, why not do a deep dive on resolutions specifically for those newly married couples?
Great idea. And I found this fantastic guide all about setting goals as a pair, especially in that first year.
Perfect. So let's get right into it. Let's see what this guide has to say about making that fresh start even more amazing.
Sounds good.
So first things first, why are New Year's resolutions even a thing for couples? You know, what makes them so important, especially in those early days of marriage?
Well, I think the guide puts it really well when it says it's about building that foundation for your team, right from the start.
That's a great way to think about it, building your team. I like that a lot. The guide actually even calls resolutions a roadmap for your journey as a couple.
Right, exactly. And it makes sense if you think about it. You're taking these two individual lives, two sets of habits, everything that makes you you, and kind of weaving them together. Yeah. It's a big change. Resolutions give you this chance to really understand each other right when it's most crucial.
Makes sense.
And when you're both actively working towards something, growing in the same direction, it strengthens that commitment to each other. It's pretty powerful.
I'm with you there. So much more than just a to-do list, right? It's deeper than that.
Yeah.
But let's get practical for a second. Where do you newlyweds even start with this whole resolution thing?
Well, don't worry. The guide has you covered. It breaks everything down into these super helpful categories. Things like communication, how you spend quality time, finances, that kind of stuff.
Or big stuff.
Personal growth goals, how you handle conflict, navigating family relationships, and even creating a shared vision for the future.
Wow, okay. It's like a checklist of potential trouble spots, but you're tackling it all together and, like you said, right from the beginning.
Exactly. I mean, why wait for things to become a problem, right?
Totally. But those are pretty broad topics. Does the guide go beyond just those general categories?
Yeah.
Because I know for me personally, resolutions only work if I'm specific,
Oh, absolutely. It gets way more specific. It dives right into concrete examples.
Yeah.
For instance, under the communication section, it talks about expressing daily gratitude to your partner.
Oh, I love that. It's so easy to forget.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But even though it sounds simple, the research on this is incredible. Gratitude can really boost relationship happiness, and it doesn't have to be this grand gesture. Noticing the little things your partner does and actually saying thank you can go a long way.
Yeah, totally. Makes a difference over time. What about some of the other specific examples they have?
Well, under quality time, they have this idea of dedicating one weekend per month to just reconnecting. Like no phones, no distractions, really be present with each other. Life gets busy, so it's about intentionally prioritizing your relationship.
Love that. And it sounds like those examples really hit those SMART goals criteria, right? Specific, measurable, achievable, all that good stuff.
Definitely. You've got to set yourself up for success.
For sure. Now, speaking of potential bumps in the road, I'm curious, what does the guide say about navigating disagreements, especially when it comes to these resolutions?
It all starts with shifting your mindset from I to we. It's not about one person getting what they want. It's about finding a solution that works for both of you. Honestly, that's just solid marriage advice in general, not just when you're setting resolutions.
Couldn't agree more. That we mindset is so key. But let's be real, disagreements are bound to happen. What else does the guide suggest?
One thing is to start small. Don't try to overhaul everything at once. Pick one or two resolutions that feel manageable.
Okay.
And be flexible. Life throws curveballs, plans change, so be ready to adjust things together as needed. It's a process, not about being perfect. It's about that teamwork,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's sounding like these resolutions aren't meant to be just a once-a-year thing, right? How does the guide say to actually make them part of your daily lives as a couple?
They've got some really clever ideas for weaving them into your routine. like creating a morning ritual together. Maybe you share a cup of coffee and chat about what you want to accomplish that day, personally and as a couple.
Ooh, that's nice.
Or you could have a weekly check-in, a dedicated time to celebrate your wins, and also to talk about any challenges you're facing. It's about staying connected, keeping those goals front and center.
Those are really practical ideas, and it makes the whole resolution thing feel way less intimidating and more like something you build together.
Right. And I think at the end of the day, the most important thing to remember is that resolutions aren't about achieving this picture-perfect ideal.
Yeah.
It's about the intention. It's about making the choice to grow together, to support each other's dreams, and to create a life you're both genuinely excited about.
Couldn't have said it better myself. So for all you newlyweds out there, as you head into this new year, into this new chapter, here's a little something to think about. If you could pick just one resolution to focus on in this first year of marriage, what would it be and why?
Such a good question for you both to discuss. And here's to a year filled with all those shared moments that make married life so special. Cheers.
Cheers to that.